Welcome to Southern Cooking Made Simple, y'all. Today, baked steak and gravy. This is just some old-fashioned recipes the way that my grandma taught me, and her name was Marie. And today we're going to do baked steak and gravy. Appalachian cooking is a mountain cooking. It come from the Appalachian Mountains here in West Virginia. All my family come from Clay County here in the state of West Virginia, and I live here on top of one of those mountains in the Appalachians. All my recipes come from my family. They're simple, easy to understand. They don't have a lot of ingredients. They're just tried and true recipes that satisfied our family for hundreds of years. My grandmother was a Cherokee Indian, and she taught my grandma Marie how to cook. She had 12 kids, my great-grandmother did, the Cherokee Indian, and her name was Lily Missouri Klein, and she married Bernard Breckenridge Legg back in the day, and she taught all of her children how to cook on a wood-burning stove. They didn't have running water or anything like that, and it was so fun to go to her house. All right, let's get started with the baked steak. First, I salt and peppered the steak really well and rolled it in flour. And then I fried it in a little bit of oil, just enough, about halfway up, just enough to fry it, but not drown it in oil. Keep your temperature at a even medium to medium low, not medium high. You'll burn them every time. Now, when I first put them in there, I put the oil and I put the steaks in there, and I don't touch them. I let them sit right there until they brown completely, and it'll start to brown around the edges. You can see when it's time to turn. And if it's not completely brown like that, don't turn them yet, because they need to get that beautiful color and to sear that flour in on that side. What you're doing is caramelizing the sugars in that flour and the juices coming off of that meat. And when you sear it on that one side, then you really have got a delicious product there, and it'll come out good and crunchy. If you don't sear the flour enough, it'll be soft and not as crunchy as it would have been if you just left it set right there and leave it alone. Because when you mess with it, it causes your coating to fall off in the grease. If you let it sit right there and let it steam and let those natural juices come out before you touch it, then it's ready to turn. I added one small onion, chopped up real fine, and put that in with my flour today. And I browned all that until it gets that scorch color on the bottom there. See that? And it'll look almost burnt. And then that's when you add in about a cup and a half of water, and use a whisk to get all your lumps out at that point, and you'll turn it into a paste. And after you turn it into the paste, then you add a little bit more water and stir that through. Then I added in a half a teaspoon of poultry seasoning, a half a teaspoon of celery seed, ground celery seed, a quarter teaspoon of cayenne, a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of poultry seasoning, 2 cups of milk, and a half a cup of sour cream. And bring all that up to a boil, and then pour that over your steak in a baking pan. Put that in the oven and bake it at 350 for about 35 to 40 minutes. And you just want it to be bubbly on top. It doesn't have to cook a long time, just while you get the rest of your other dinner ready. And today I made a pan of cornbread. And I put in 2 cups of cornmeal, a cup of flour, an egg, a quarter cup of sugar, a cup of buttermilk, the rest water to make it kind of soupy, not as thin as pancake batter, but almost. And I poured that over into a hot skillet with baking grease in it and baked that at 400 until it was golden brown and delicious. This is a wonderful meal. You guys are going to love it. Thank you for joining me today in the beautiful state of West Virginia, and I will catch you guys later on the next video. Thank you all for stopping by, and if you liked my channel today or my video, please like and subscribe, and pass this video, share it with a friend, tell anyone else about my channel that you think might be interested in it, and you guys be safe. I'll see you on the next video. Y'all come back Visit with me again. We'll cook up some more victuals in the kitchen.